A few days ago, I made a video discussing how to handle a narcissistic person. Whenever I create such videos or talk about narcissism, I know there are people who start wondering and asking, could I be a narcissist? Today, we'll explore whether you might have narcissistic traits and how to recognize if this is something you're struggling with. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for new videos. Please like, comment, and share as much as you can. You can also join our membership program, where you get member-only videos and perks to make you a true Stoic. The link is in the description below. Your support will help me improve the quality of my videos, so remember to show some love. Now let's get started. When discussing narcissism, it's crucial to understand that a person exhibiting narcissistic behavior may have narcissistic personality disorder. I will explain the diagnostic criteria to emphasize that individuals can display narcissistic traits without necessarily having the full disorder. Similarly, just as I might experience some symptoms of anxiety without being diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, individuals can exhibit certain traits without having the complete disorder. Today, I will outline some of the most common traits of a narcissist, so you can assess whether any of these characteristics resonate with your experiences or those of someone you know. If you identify with any of these traits, it is essential to consult a professional for an accurate diagnosis. This video should not be used for self-diagnosis. Seeking professional help is crucial for proper treatment. The primary trait of a narcissist is superiority. This implies that they believe they excel in everything, considering themselves superior to those around them. If you happen to challenge them or criticize something in their life, such as suggesting a different wall color in their house, they may react with hostility. They might gossip about you, spread negative rumors, or even unleash their anger to discredit you and maintain their facade of superiority. The next trait is entitlement. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies will expect to receive your respect, regardless of whether they have earned it. They will also expect an apology from you because they believe you are completely at fault, while they are not at fault at all. They also believe they deserve a raise, a better position, or your seat on a plane. Those with narcissistic tendencies will maintain this sense of entitlement throughout their lives. The most common third trait is the need for attention. Weddings, birthdays of others, or any significant achievements of individuals in the narcissist's life pose a challenge for them. They will go to great lengths to divert attention to themselves, as they struggle not to be the focal point of a day or an occasion. When a narcissist is not at the center of attention, they may instigate conflicts, talk over someone, for instance, during a birthday toast, or engage in disruptive behavior to regain the spotlight. This could involve belittling others, starting arguments, or creating drama, all in an effort to redirect the focus onto themselves and away from the intended focal individual. The next trait that a narcissist can have is a need for control. They have this intense need because they want to maintain the facade of being perfect and superior. If they don't have full control, they can't uphold this image, so they resort to various forms of manipulation. One of those tactics is gaslighting, isn't it? You're not remembering it correctly. That's not what happened. Another tactic is love bombing, where they shower us with attention and affection, which can be confusing. We might think they are a great person and that they do these things out of genuine care, but it's actually a way to manipulate us into doing what they want. And if that doesn't work, they bring in what many online refer to as the flying monkeys, who are essentially individuals who join their smear campaigns. These are individuals who may not fully understand the situation yet, but will support their side, agree with them, and then join in shaming and blaming others for the problem. And why do people engage in this behavior? People with narcissistic tendencies are often fragile due to past trauma. They put up a fake facade to protect themselves, and if things don't go their way, they feel out of control and scared of revealing their vulnerable side. They manipulate and try to control situations to maintain their facade and feel safe. Before we move any further, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join our membership program. Now, another important trait is a complete lack of boundaries. A narcissist struggles to differentiate between themselves and others, especially when they see others as extensions of themselves. This dynamic is common when a narcissistic parent sees their child as a reflection of themselves, rather than as an independent individual. They will want to take credit and make everything about them when we succeed, but they will distance themselves from us, insult us, and call us names when we do something they don't like. This lack of boundaries makes it very challenging to be in a relationship with a narcissist because there is no independence. If you try to set boundaries, they will typically react with anger, have a tantrum, or at the very least resist and pretend the conversation never happened. Another important characteristic of narcissists is their refusal to take responsibility. They are unable to sincerely apologize for their actions. When things go wrong, they never accept blame. Instead, they look for scapegoats or other ways to shift blame and avoid taking responsibility. This is because admitting fault would cause their false image to collapse. The next trait is lack of empathy. And this one is incredibly difficult for people to understand because it's hard for those of us with empathy to imagine someone without it. Empathy is the ability to feel for someone else. If you see someone trip and hurt themselves or drop their stuff next to you, a person with empathy would apologize and offer to help. They can understand how that would feel, especially after watching TV shows or news segments in the past 2 years, which have been very challenging. You can watch the news and cry because you can feel for those people. Someone with narcissistic tendencies or someone with narcissistic personality disorder doesn't feel like that. They're actually incapable of feeling empathy or putting themselves in someone else's shoes. And instead what they do is they tend to assume or expect us to think and feel just like them. And when we don't, they can get really upset and lash out. And one last characteristic I will discuss today, although I'm certain there are many more. Please share them in the comments if you'd like. The trait I'm referring to is splitting. Splitting occurs when we view people as either entirely good or entirely bad. It's a form of thinking that is very binary, seeing things in extremes. For example, if someone criticizes us for something minor, like pointing out a mistake we made, and we have narcissistic tendencies, we might immediately label that person as the worst. They do not belong in our life. They are not good enough. They should never have been around us, and we can shame and blame, or we can get other people in our life. Remember those flying monkeys? We can get them to shame and blame them to prove that we are better and they are all bad. Or we can have people that we put on pedestals. Often newer people in a narcissist's life will be like these amazing people. They might believe that everything is going well, and everything they do is impressive because there are no boundaries, right? They are so closely linked to us that if we see someone as successful, they might seem like a celebrity or very important in their field. We might attribute their success or failures to our connection with them. This can lead us to view them as either completely good or completely bad. If you're still unsure whether you or someone in your life is a narcissist, here are a few quick questions to help you figure it out. Number 1. Do you feel bad for those around you when you think about being a narcissist? Yes or no? Number 2. Do you care about how others feel? Would it upset you to know that you upset someone? Number 3. Do you apologize quickly when you have hurt someone else's feelings? Number 4. Does receiving too much attention make you feel nervous or anxious? If you answered yes to any of these, it's most likely that you are not a narcissist. Showing empathy, apologizing quickly, and avoiding attention are not typical traits for you. However, consider the following questions to see if you are struggling. Firstly, do you view your friends or children as reflections of yourself? Do you see them as embodying your life? Number 2, do you frequently believe that others are not good enough to be around you? Number 3, do you find it difficult to apologize or often believe that any disagreement is the fault of others? And number 4, do you struggle to understand someone else's perspective or find it challenging to imagine how someone else might be feeling after a recent event? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may have some narcissistic tendencies. It is important to seek professional help to get a proper assessment and ensure that you are on the right track. These are some traits that align with narcissism. If you're watching this video and wondering if you're a narcissist, chances are you're not. Many people with empathy worry about being a narcissist because they feel deeply and relate to certain things. But remember, narcissists lack empathy and can't see things from someone else's perspective. They don't care about how others feel. They wouldn't worry about being a narcissist. If you told them they were, they'd likely blame you and claim you're remembering things wrong. Consider those traits and symptoms. Maybe go back and watch them again, as chances are you're not. I hope this was helpful and eased any worries you had. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.